today is a flower petal, I suppose is the easiest way to describe it, and I've made two rough circles here in the middle, and the inside one I'm going to be just drawing circles. They don't have to be perfect, and in fact nothing here is perfect. I'm trying not to be symmetrical, so I'm just putting in different size ones, but generally around the same size, inside this first circle, and putting them all around the place basically, because I hate seeing symmetrical flowers or too symmetrical. I'll tell you what, over the weekend I came across Miss Betsy's channel again. I was actually down the local radio station manning the phones for people phoning in for requests, and it was quiet, and I had my phone with me, and I went to Betsy's channel and I saw her doing something which inspired me now to do this one. This is something similar to what she was doing. It won't be exactly the same, needless to say, but if you want to see it done properly, head over there. And she, I think, made a much better job of it than I am doing here. And just as you come around to the edge, or we're not quite to the edge yet, that's why I have two circles. On the inside circle, everything inside that is a circle, and then when I come to the edge, I'm going to make them ovals, because as you're looking down from the top, since they're at an angle, it'll appear more like an oval than it will a circle, and that will give a much better idea or impression of 3 dimensions. And I really like to get 3 dimensions, but I have a few more circles to put in first. I think I'm very close to being finished now, aren't I? I mean, finished the circle part of it. Might start just moving a little bit where I'm going to, I think I will have to in post speed this up, because you'll be looking at this forever and a day if I do it at normal speed. And maybe that's what you like, I'm just not sure. It's I think it's time for a couple of wee ovals here. Hope you can see them. If you can't, just wait until actually my hand is in the way, but I'm sorry about that. I can't move it out of the way. If you just wait till I move over a little bit, you'll see the ovals again. I'm putting them in sort of at random first, so that it doesn't appear to be too structured. And although people say that flowers are very well structured, I don't know. I think the bit of randomness helps. And also, I'm not worrying at all if this is circular. In fact, I think it's going to be, there's going to be a bit of a bulge in it. I don't know how that happened. I probably didn't draw my circles very well at the start. But sure, look, isn't that okay? Life is not perfect. So, as I said, I'm purposely not trying to be perfect in this. I saw Miss Betsy have the same attitude, and I liked it. I like this idea. In fact, I like any idea where we're getting away from perfection and trying to make it, I think, more human rather than maybe AI driven or something like that. No, I don't mind AI at all, I have to say. I use it quite a lot when I'm doing searches. I find it fantastic. The wife and myself were staying a night up near Dublin, outside of Dublin. She was coming in on the plane very late. I think it was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, so I took the train up to Dublin, and I went on to the AI, whichever one Chrome uses, Google. I just said I was looking for a hotel near Dublin Airport. I told them I couldn't afford an expensive one anyway, and one that would be on a bus route to the airport, and that would serve porridge in the morning. I said, no, put that in your pipe now and see what you can come up with. And didn't they come up with 2 nice, affordable hotels in swords. And they were very, very nice. And the following morning, they had porridge with, what did we have with it? Strawberries and bananas. It was lovely, lovely. And there was a 24-hour bus service between that town and the airport, and it actually goes all the way into the city centre. And because of my age, being of that certain age where I'm retired, in Ireland, you get free travel on all public transport. So that was great. We had a great time there. Sorry, I should be paying more attention to you. Now, again, I don't want things to look like on a flower, so like what Miss Betsy did, I'm going to the next level of petals. I'm going to divide them in two. So the top part, as you see, is the bottom part I'm making. They're going to be a bigger petal than the top. I'm going to use a different petal on both of them. On the ones here, I'm going to have them coming straight out. Sort of 90 degrees to the circumference, or straight out as if it was an extension of the radius. Excuse me, I'll just get into my own mind here now. Making them kind of small, but that's alright. I think I don't want to look at it. An angle, finish that off. Put a bit of a, smoothen it out a bit so that it'll tie in nicely with the other ones. I just put in a bit of black now. Now, as I said, excuse me, putting that extra line around the edge is a bit boring, I suppose, but I find it helps to define things. All I'm putting in now are just a single flick of the wrist on each one of these petals. I think it's worthwhile doing this. Just taking your time. These little details, they really help. Just like that speckled effect I put in the center, I think gives it a bit of character. That's all we're talking about there. That's okay. Now for the other side, I'm going to, they're going to be bigger petals over here, but I'm going to do them differently. And excuse me, I'm going to have them slanting to the right and to the left, and usually takes me a while to get into this. And I'm not sure the bottom of the petal, should they be touching or will I keep them separate? I think they're probably a little bit too far apart. Yeah, that's better. Let them come back in together into a sort of the same point. That's much better. On the other side, I'll do them upside down. Excuse me. Well, I keep it in, and that's much better. I feel, yeah, that's much nicer. I'm not worrying too much about getting to that pencil mark on the outside. That was just there as a general guide. It doesn't have to be followed. And yeah, No, yeah, look at that. Okay, I need the smaller nib now to go and do the bases, but also just try and get a bit of a feel of curvature on these now. And I'm putting in 1 or 2 into each one. Just again, flick of the wrist. All of this is going to be based on a flick of the wrist. As usual, going to the right for me, they're going to the left. So the first one. Now I'm going a little bit against the grain here, but I think it'll still work out fairly okay. And what you're trying to do is the base certainly needs to be very dark, and a sort of graduation, I don't know how you call it, becoming less dark as you come out. I don't know what the word is. You're tongue-tied at the moment. That's looking a bit better now, yeah. So very dark and a grade as it comes out, so that you no longer see exactly where the base is. It's sort of in a bit of darkness, coming from darkness to light, which is the Pieta house for suicides. That's what they say, from darkness to light. And that's what we're doing here, darkness to light. This is going to be the final row of petals, but again I'm just trying to have 2 different types, the top and the bottom. I'm using a 0.8. In fact, what the petal I'm doing here reminds me of a tooth. Right, one of the back teeth of the mouth, and that's what I always think about as a tooth. So they're fairly big, which means we go a lot faster on this one. And, it mightn't look like much now, but it will, as I fade in quite nicely once we start doing the shading. And keep them big. We've had all the small ones are on the inside. This now are going to be the big ones, and then as we come to the edge here, we just make them not as high. That's 1/2. I know it looks awful at this stage, but it will be fine. And of course, make the edge blacker, which I like doing. Just the way I do this was, in this case I am following the outside circle properly. As you saw, I used a compass to put that in, and I want, because this is going to be the final piece of this flower or floret, and I want the outside edge to be fairly right. Everything inside of it can be off kilter and all the rest of it, but I think if the outside looks somewhat like a circle, it'll give a better impression. Now, could be wrong. Maybe it would have been better to leave it oval. Sorry, I'm half concentrating and half talking because I'm thinking. I put a small one. I think I will. I'll have to stick another one now in beside that tiny little thing. Okay. We're on the end straight now at this stage. This is the bit that I like, just, putting in a bit of black, getting yourself nice and dirty doing this. I find if I can lay down a bit of ink at the bottom, then as I flick forward it pulls an extra bit of ink along and the graduations become a little bit better. Graduations I know is not the right word, but somebody can tell me what it is, I don't know. Anyway, look, thank you for watching. If you're still watching, this is the bit that I find really relaxing, the Zen part. I find if you can get good at shading, that is a very important skill to have when you're doing this type of art. It's what gives it a bit of life and 3D dimensionality to it. So if you're not good at it, practice. I'm using a 0.05 here. I showed it there to you before. And get a couple of pens. Or else what you could use here would be maybe a 5B but have a sharp tip to it, something like that. That would work as well. Actually, that's a 0.1. Well, no, 0.5. God, I can't remember what one I have now. I think that's about it. That is. I think I've done enough at this stage. This is when I feel I sometimes go too far and I just don't stop when I should. Anyway, look, thanks for watching, and if you subscribe, that'd be great, but you don't have to. Take your time. There we go. Yep, I think that's it. Just sign my name now and we're away in a hack. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and sure, we'll see you again in the not too distant future, I hope, when I'll be back with another line drawing of some sort, or else I might have some of the neurographic art. Thanks again for watching, and keep in touch. Alright, till the next time, slán inis.